going on? Good to see you.
Bro.
Oh my gosh.
I wish it was under better circumstances.
Oof. Man.
So Tarik,
I think I said this first on here.
okay.
At least I think I did. I don't know. But I promise you, the world has not been right since we hit November. The election screwed the whole world up, man. I'm telling you. Between my Canes, between city, look, listen. When Joe Biden was in office, we won 4 straight trophies, 4 straight Premier Leagues. That man leaves office, Trump gonna be in office, and we not gonna win.
Wait, that was what happened the last time we lost? Wasn't that Trump first year?
I don't know. We got to check. I'm telling you, man, something is not right with the world, bro. I'm telling you,
19.
it was not supposed to go this way.
That's why
It has ruined the world for me.
it is. We're in a dark place. I joined in on the LB chat that you were on earlier, Tarik, and yeah, City fans are in a bad place right now. That's all I got from that. I was like, City fans are in a bad place.
Yeah. I mean, and the reality is we're not used to losing in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, at the end of the day, I'm okay with it. It is what it is, but hopefully it's just a one-off. But we'll get into it, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're in it now.
I will, Tarik, I will counter that by Trump's first 2 years in office, 2 full years, Manchester City did win the title. So just throwing that out there.
So what happened the last 2
years?
We won one, lost one in the last 2, right? Because 1920 we lost, and that was his
yes.
That was when we lost, and then we came back 2021. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, we're so spoiled, so spoiled.
We are, and I kind of want to, because honestly, everybody, we're going at it and this is the royal we. I'm talking about like the citizen fan base. I've seen a few people kind of like going at it about mindset, how we need to be. People are calling like we got to support the club, and people are trying to say, hey, I understand everything's down, but we got to support the club. And then they're being called happy clappers, and now we're having people even being like, hey, yo, if you truly haven't experienced City ever being shit, I don't really want to hear you complaining. And it's just like, bro, now we're starting to go at each other. It's getting real dark. It's getting real scary. Any of my show bros have words of wisdom, of positivity, of anything? Like I know Sharpie ain't here for that. So like Tarik, you're the pod dad. Like when your kids are down and they're hurting spiritually, and you need to be there to give them the literal and verbal, like pat on the back, arm around the shoulder. What do you say to them? Like lift us up a little bit, Tarik. I know this is a lot of pressure, but save us.
No, I mean, the reality is this was so, yeah. Once Rodri went down, once we had the injuries that we had, there was always going to be a transition period. You got to think, until today, we had lost 5 straight, and we were still in second place. We've lost 6 straight now, and we're like in 5th place. And we're like tied on points, something like that. It feels like the world is, crashing down. The sky is falling, all of those things, because we're just not used to losing. But if we lose 6 straight and we're still ahead of United, bruh, how bad must you be? They want to get on their streams and do all this stuff and talk about City. They got to talk about us because they're down. They're still below us. Even in our worst moments, they're still off the pace. So what I would say to City fans, and I don't mean say it to myself in general, is, you know, it may turn out that we don't win this league. And, you know, we have to accept that. You can't win them all. It was always a matter of time before we lost at some point. The key is how we come out of it. I genuinely, and this is real talk, I genuinely think that I saw better in the second half of the match today, which makes me think that we are starting to come out of it. And it will coincide with players coming back from injury. We will play better as we get players back and we can become more consistent. All of those things. We're still going to miss Rodri. There's just nothing you can do about it until we get a midfielder in. But at the end of the day, I just think it's not as bad as it feels. We won't be here long. We may not win the league this year. Liverpool won one before. They may very well win this one. But we'll be back. We take our lumps, we'll be back. And you got to learn how to lose. If you ask me what would I say to my kid, you got to learn how to lose. And nobody wants to hear that because it sucks. No one wants to lose. But sometimes you got to learn how to lose. My kid is on a team that lost two D1 players and one D2 player from her high school team. It's not the same team. It's just not. It was never going to be. Got to take our lumps. We were putting it on people last year. Now they putting it on us. You got to take your lumps. Learn how to win, learn how to lose, do both, and you come back. Now, if you ask me what about my Canes, on the other hand, I'm going to throw some stuff.
Okay.
That's another story for another day.
I won't do that to you then. I won't do that to you then.
I think my response to City fans who are crashing out right now is sit in this moment of history. They always tell us that we're a club without history. We have history. We should know that history. Be proud of that history. This is the first 6-game losing streak in the league in 20 years. Like, they always say that you're a club with no history. Know your history. Like, we are experiencing history right now.
I think what I would add is this, right? Tarik kind of hit on the point, but like every loss is a lesson. And the lesson I've learned is that we just need healthy fucking wingers. Without healthy wingers, we have no chance. There's no threat. The moment Doku came on that pitch, you saw fear in Trent Alexander's eyes. There was nothing that man could do with Doku. If Doku gets fit enough to give us a full 90, you have him, Grealish back in rotation, Savinho. I think there's a world where like you probably want to put, I don't know who, maybe Savinho was just off it because he was a sub. He plays well from the beginning. Like those two players are so important. They're integral to what we do. And it's crazy they're so young and so important, but that's what happens when you lose Mahrez. And people get older and like these things happen, the attrition happens. So I'm excited for January, right? Like by January, we get Oscar Bob back, we'll have Kova back, we'll have the other injured player, John Stones back. Hopefully nobody else goes down. Like I'm excited for like a transfer window that could like change the club. We don't normally do that. We're always good. This is like, no, let's see what's out there. Release calls FC. Are we gonna strike? Zubamendi, please come play with your countrymen. So like it's a downtime. Like I'm sitting here playing FIFA because I just need to like find joy in soccer. But I know that like this is not gonna last forever. We are too good to go to eighth. Like, no, we're gonna beat somebody. Somebody's gonna get it, and it's gonna be bad when it happens. Somebody's gonna get whooped. Those floodgates will open. It'll be like a nice 5-1, 5-2, 4-1, and like then it's like okay, we go. And I think that's coming sooner than we expect, based on the schedule.
Okay. I feel better. Okay. I still don't think we deserve an intro, but I do need some of our players' positive words that are played in this intro. So we're making art over here. Capitalize that A.
I hate the most is when you the wonderful. I hate it. You have permission to make a mistake. You have permission to lose. You have permission. And that's when we get big.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Attack everyone and send everyone.
I think we're forgetting the most important thing.
We're forgetting about focusing just on ourselves.
But we can do better. We need to take the next step, and there's no better place than taking the next step here.
Show ourselves out there how much we want to win it again.
We win 4 of the last 5 Premier League, guys. 4 of the last 5 Premier League. Are we going to do it again?
Don't ask me again about doubles, triples, quadruples, fifth-tuples, six-tuples, and seven-tuples. So,
Don't worry, Pep. They won't be asking. Oh, hey, welcome to episode 118 of Shades of Blue.
World's famous.
Hey, we are the most comprehensive Manchester City podcast covering both the men's and women's side. We making art over here, covering both sides of the Mason-Dixon line. We out here. I am Crunk Chocolate. I am here with my show bros, Thom Bomb, Sharpie Charlie, Tarik. How you doing? How's it going? How you feeling?
You know,
I'm happy to see you black men. That makes me happy.
Yes. Happy to see all of y'all. I'm trying to figure out other ways to take joy in sport. I was lucky enough to get a ticket to the Mizzou Arkansas game. It was very cold and very icy. I thank my friend Craig immensely for getting us there because I-70 was crazy. The plows hadn't got to it yet. So usually a 2-hour drive took us 3.5, 4.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. But I appreciate him getting us there safe. And yeah, we had a great time. So that's the enjoyment I'm taking in sport.
Good. Yeah. Do you even want to talk about it, Tarik? This is a safe space. I just want to let you know this is a safe space.
Those guys right there. We started this season 9-0, 10-0. I think it was 9-0. We lost, then we won, and then we lost again. Make it 10-2. We just lost to Syracuse. My statement has always been this, right? And I know this isn't a American football show. It's not what we're here for. But I have a saying that we should not be losing because Miami is a football school, right? It is known for its football program. Even though I knew some of the basketball players, whatever, it's known for its football program. We should not be losing to basketball schools. Syracuse is a basketball school. It is what's the guy with the glasses, the coach?
Jim Boeheim.
Jim Boeheim. It's zone. It's all things college basketball. It is not. Don't give me Donovan McNabb. They are not. They're a basketball school, and we should not be losing to basketball schools. So we shouldn't lose to them. We shouldn't lose to Duke. We shouldn't lose to UNC. We shouldn't lose to those teams. And we had an opportunity to secure our spot in the college football playoffs, expanded to 12 teams this year, and can't go 1-3 or 1-2 the last 3 games of the season. You can't. Not if you want to go to the ACC championship game. Not if you want to be in the college football playoffs. Now we got our fingers crossed and hoping that the voters put us in. Ain't no guarantees, man. So it's been frustrating to watch after such a great start to the season. Indiana football is 11-1. So I have resorted to watching them and hoping for their success. But if anybody knows, they are a basketball school.
Indiana.
Yeah, they are a basketball school. So anybody they beat should be embarrassed. But anyway, big programs should be embarrassed. But anyway, so just trying to find joy, I guess, through them. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I won't say any more. Reveal too much of my personal life.
On the polar opposite side, my Virginia Tech Hokies are bowl eligible, baby. 6-6. I love a good mediocre 6-6. It hits different, you know. You go into the last week of the season, both teams are 5-6. Commonwealth Cup, and Virginia Tech beats CVA again. felt good. I needed that joy. I found joy in my Broncos going for 8-5 tomorrow to have the same record as the Baltimore Ravens. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? We got a kicker that can kick. They don't. It's just I'm going to take joy in those teams. And the City and the Lakers are mid. They're very Reggie. They're very just terrible. Big 5 out of 10 energy. So I try to lean into the joy side of sports. We all can't be Thom. We can't be having winners everywhere. Okay.
Listen, you know what? I don't like. This is the thing. Like, I know that the Chiefs are fraudulent, so like it's difficult for me to like find joy in them winning. Like, I don't need. You need to prove to me that you're a good team by like dominating inferior opponents. And the last 2 weeks that has not happened. And yeah, I just like think that they got lucky in like 2 instances, and so I don't know. I just don't feel like they're a good team.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, and I've just been so sad. It's just like, hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. Damn, that song's a banger though. I've just had that stuck in my head. Speaking of sad songs, shout out to the homie of the band Death Waits. He tagged, he's like, I've finally got to this 070 Shake album and it is amazing, but I gotta know. And he added me. I was just like, are you okay? Because it's a very beautiful album, but it's pretty sad. But sad music. It's the type that makes me very happy. And that's basically all I've been doing today is listening to sad music and playing FIFA and idle work, just keeping myself busy. I was like, I got nothing. There was nothing Pep could say to me that I wanted to hear, at least today. And we're just going to go through this. We have City women, they're back. They do a quick preview of their match. We got plenty to chat with City men, honestly. Again, not really much of the match because obviously we got Feyenoord. It's amazing. It was only like 5 days ago, but it really does feel like you could say that it happened yesterday, or you could say it happened a month ago, and I'd still be like, "Yep." Just
I also think like from the American perspective, like we did just like celebrate Thanksgiving, and it was the day before Thanksgiving, and so it does seem like distant because it's on the other side of a major holiday. But yes, it was only those 5 days.
Yeah, so much life has happened since then.
And then we have today's loss to Liverpool and all that chaos. But hey, we have a couple games to look forward to. We have Nottingham Forest coming to the Etihad. We travel to Crystal Palace. We always know that's difficult. They have been consistently inconsistent. I'm sure we will get the best Crystal Palace, though. Yeah, let's do Baby Blue Baddies because, like, I put it in the tab. I was like, we probably shouldn't start with them because it's just previewing a match. But I do not want to start with this City, man. Y'all just don't deserve it. Sharpie and I last week, like, I appreciate you being okay with me, like, pushing through that conversation. And just really just like, nope, not doing it. I really enjoyed listening to Thom talking about the trip. Like it was nice. It was just like nothing that has to do with them. And so we move. Let's go. Baby Blue Baddies. Thom, what will those Baby Blue Baddies be doing to them?
Well, after they come back from international break, they will be facing Leicester City at the Joy Stadium on Sunday morning, our time. This is an interesting team to me because, like, we've talked on the 12 WSL. You should check that out. Please check out the 12. We've talked about Leicester being a very good defensive team. Even though they've lost 3 of their last 5, they only conceded 2 to United on the road. And like they went down to the South Coast and held Bristol or Brighton to a 0-0 draw, which is like damn near impossible. As good as Brighton's form has been at home, I think they've scored like 14 goals at home. I on the 12 have plugged in Nina Leitzig as like low key maybe goalkeeper of the year contender as far as like Golden Gloves. And we will see old friend Ruby Mace, who has been playing well enough to get called up to England by Serena Vigman. And she's playing really well. And Vigman rewarded her performance and called her up to the national team. This will be an interesting match, especially seeing as it is at home. Given Lauren Hemp's injury, you were wondering if we're ever going to see a situation where Gareth will put both Alba Fujino and Chloe Kelly on the pitch at the same time, or maybe give Bunny a rest and play Mary Fowler up top, play more of a false nine sort of situation, because Bunny did go away with Jamaica, who played Banyana in South Africa. So I would say that it might be important to rotate through the attack, especially in the front 3. Jess Park has continued to be outstanding. I would be interested to see if we're going to continue to play her with Jill Roord and how far that Jill Roord is going to cover, because we will need that cover because Yui Hasegawa can't do it all in the midfield. I mean, she's really damn good, but she's not that good. And I think we're really missing the calmness of Laya Alexandria at the back right now. Alana Kennedy is a good defender, and she brings a lot of chaotic energy to her play. So I would like to see just better diagnosis on Laya so we know when she's coming back.
I would like to see diagnosis on anybody. I hate the lack of transparency with injuries.
We talked about this on the 12. It's so hard to get anything out of it. Like, why can't you tell me that, Viv, tell me what happened to Viv Meeta, but tell me what happened with Lauren Hemp. Like, I really don't know.
It's a wild thing. But to everything you said, though, I feel like sadly Gareth won't heed your advice in rotation. I think we get the same front 3, we get the same 6. If you're healthy, you're out there. And now we're in that position after that loss to Chelsea where you gotta have the 3 points, right? And so, like you said, Leicester's defensive record and their setup being what it is wouldn't shock me if he just says, "Hey, run it back out. You know what to do, girls, ladies, lads, baby blue baddies. Like, go get 3 points." I don't see a lot of goals though. I don't think we run up 3-4 goals. I think it's a really cagey match.
Yeah,
Leicester can't really score, but they also do not really usually attempt to score, unless they know that they've been doing pretty well in the Women's Leagues Cup, but that's mostly against championship sides, so like they're expected to do better, so they're playing better. But honestly, like a 1-0 score line, like I think that might be okay, like because you just need the 3 points. It's not going to look pretty on goal differential, but that's tomorrow's problem. Like basically the solution is just to catch them. Like just keep winning games in the league.
Okay. I mean, as long as they win, I can't take any more. Especially because I've been putting all my hope in on them. Like, yes, Chelsea, it's behind us now.
So, that's your source of joy.
Yes, like please. I know I'm putting a lot of pressure on y'all, but also, Iowa Hawkeyes, they came back and won themselves, so that's a positive. Packers, they handle business. So not so much pressure on them. And also, maybe City men will surprise us. We have Nottingham Forest. If they win, then that's even less pressure on them. But I'm just happy to have them back. I'm looking forward to seeing Ruby Mace. I hope she has a great game, but just like, don't score on us, bro. Don't make us look a fool.
I don't foresee her scoring on us, but like what I do see a situation happening is that her and Jess Park know each other very well. Like they've trained against each other several times, so she knows what Jess Park wants to do, and it'll be basically her responsibility to check that, and she might do that, which is why the whoever plays the 8 role, whether that's Jill Roard, whether that's Laura Blinkilde Brown, like that's going to be a really important position in this match.
Okay. All right, let's go, City women. All right, let's go to City men. We'll end with shock all in Premier League and shock all and applause. Well, goodness gracious. Okay, so this match against Feyenoord, 3-3. The lineup: Ederson, Vardiol, Ake, Akanji, Lewis, Gundo, Foden, Nunes, Grealish, Silva, and Holland. We know how the match started. We had 3 goals, 53 minutes into the match. Everything's going great. And then literally the last 15 minutes of the match, just big time collapse. Mess ups from Vardiol, Ederson. Kanji had a few moments. Anybody who kind of really looked good because that final 15 minutes from their defense, they looked awful. Like, no need to like focus on the lineups. What now that we're looking back on this match, we're 5 days away from it. What do you feel was to take from this match? Is there anything to take from this match? Because at that moment, I was like, boo, let's get this match out of our brains. But with something like this, with a collapse like this, unfortunately, it does, like Tarik said, you gotta learn to lose. You kind of have to sit in a situation, a humiliation like this, because it should be what spurs you on to do better and win. It should, right?
I mean, I'll bet, Thom. You got it.
It's a 90-minute match. It is not a 75-minute match. And even if you do come in the 68th minute, like you got to get match ready and like catch up with the speed of the match, like within the first 15 seconds of the match. Especially like if you're playing in the midfield or playing as a defender. And I think that we just looked confused defensively, and we didn't focus on like the players that were like to came in to defend, like just didn't focus on what they were supposed to be doing.
Okay. 68-minute triple sub. KDB on for Ilkay Gundo. Simpson Pusey on for Ake. McAtee for Foden. 4 minutes later, Feyenoord makes a couple of subs himself, and then that's when everything happened. KDB was lackluster on the ball. You could tell how much, you could feel how much he wanted to make something happen, but up 3-0 with 20 minutes of the match. Do you think that was, and then it's hindsight, so actually I don't want to say it's something as simple as, do you think that was the bad, because obviously it was the bad idea, but like how can we get someone in shape like KDB who needs to make these passes? Like how do we get him into a shape only playing 15 minutes, 20 minutes at a time to get his best, especially when we're not playing great? It's just overall, and I know this is like a greater conversation, but it's like, how do we get him, or how do we get to see him at his best when he needs to make these mistakes, but we also sit in a space where we can't be making mistakes? It's kind of like a conundrum for someone like KDB.
I think for me, the issue I have with Pep that match is not that he made subs, it's who he subbed. Like I feel like Phil Foden left the pitch and he shouldn't have. But again, I don't know if that's because Phil couldn't go 90 or he just saw it as like, hey, we're up 3-0. And again, he's never lost a 3-0 lead. So I get the hindsight part of it. But I also think if you let like Kev be beside Phil versus like Maka, I don't know. I feel like there's just there's a little bit more juice and we were flowing in the attack. Like we were making chances. And I'm also mad at Pep for not changing the system, right? 1 goal, okay, shame on me. 2 goals is shame on you, bro. Like you didn't go to a back 5. You didn't say let's hunker down. Like a couple years ago, like we were great at that, right? We got a lead, we held on to that shit. Like you were not gonna beat us from behind. And that same, I don't know if it's character, it's motive, like whatever it is not happening. And we concede leads all the time, or like concede goals that we shouldn't have. And you asked earlier what I take away from that match. I take away that Ederson sucked the Gardner near post, and that's why he got dropped. Like you can't give up that goal. Like that's goalkeeper 101.
Bruh. Like, no, you just simply cannot.
You got your whole body right there, and the ball gets past you. It's embarrassing. Vardiol, yep, needed a rest. Like it's a lot. He hasn't been getting normal rotation like he did last year because Ake's been out. So more minutes on the legs. And again, not making excuses, just stating facts. And costly errors, terrible decisions. So you hope that like after that match, everybody would learn something. It just sucked that we had to play Liverpool on the weekend. I think if we play any other team, we have a better chance. But going to Anfield, where we've only won once in the last 23 matches, it was always going to be a terrible week. Like once that happened, I had no hope, as we talked about this morning. So nobody got hurt today. That's good.
That is good.
Health as well.
There's always a silver lining, right? I just think Liverpool they're riding high right now. And like you said, it's just unfortunate we had to run up against them right now. If you told me that in 2-3 weeks we have most of our players back and everybody's healthy, we may still lose that match because Liverpool's in good vein of form. But we were getting destroyed in that first half. And I've said, they did to us what we always do to everybody else. We come out, we jump on you from the beginning and whatever. So it is difficult to see, but because we just, again, not used to it. But I am hopeful, confident that we will be better in the weeks to come than we have in the weeks gone by. So.
I don't know. It's not make me the most hopeful. Okay.
Well, it's one of those things where it can't get any worse, right? We have to win at some point.
I'm not sure I should say that. Don't say that. Please don't say that.
Don't tempt the fate.
I mean, we won't lose 25 in a row, right? We got 25 matches left. We won't lose them all. How many we win? I don't know. We'll win at least one, somewhere between like 1 and 15.
Maybe we should do like other teams and drop down to the Europa League or the Conference League and say, "Oh, we won a title, we won a trophy. Oh, it was just all that kind of stuff."
Europa League would be so crazy. Like just not having seen it in what cities made Champions League in like 10 years, whatever, like 12 years. Like it's insane the run.
We're not gonna go there. We're gonna go 115 FC. So we're gonna go down.
Damn, that's coming about
that. We won't even have to worry about that.
Oh no!
Forgot about that.
So, wait a minute. Oh my God! What if this is all fixed? So City's losing all these matches, and then they can tell us like, oh, like not only like is City guilty of most of these 115 charges, we are sending them down to League One, the Championship, or something, and then we can say like. It was just all downhill from November. Like maybe they're just bracing us for the bad news, so we know that it's happening.
No win November and to do nothing December is not how I expected this shit to go. Okay, it's time to get it right, boys. Because We playing. I live in the DMV, people. We like the Washington Wizards over here. No wins in November, and it sucks that this is my life. I don't like it geographically. I don't like it from a fan support side because I damn sure don't support the Wizards. But it's like, man, that's really crazy. That's some real like United type shit. Like, did Pep become ball man? Did he become ETH? Like that's wild out here. It's not working, bro. He ain't cooking up right. And health is everything, but damn. Come on, dog. You don't know how to get a win?
No,
What's up, best manager in the world? Best manager in history? Ooh, I'm so great. I'm a genius. Be a genius, Pep. Come on, man. Please.
no win November to a do nothing December is crazy.
We got 30 days to fix it.
But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. This match today, yeah, that happened.
It happened.
And I honestly was here. So lineup benched Vardial and Ederson. Ortega in goal. Walker, Diaz is back. Akanji, Ake, that's our back line. Midfield of Gundo, Silva, and Foden. Nunes on the wing. Oh, yeah, Rico Lewis was kind of used as the wide player. And then Haaland up top. I saw what he was doing with this lineup. It brought me no joy. I've always said how I feel about Bernardo being a winger / extra midfielder. Nunes, I thought he potentially was going to be in the midfield and it was going to be Foden out wide, but it really was Nunes back out wide. And I think the noon, and we'll get to the match. I guess we'll just talk about the lineup for now, but I think the Nunes out wide experiment is done and over with. People are over him as a wide player. But yeah, what were your thoughts when you initially saw the lineup? Tarik, we'll start with you because we went with you. The kickoff show.
I just saw Ortega instead of Ederson, and at that point I just stopped. I was like, "What is the world coming to? What is going on here?" No disrespect to Ortega because he's done well for us. He's our cup keeper, but I was not expecting to see him starting a Premier League match against Liverpool. I just wasn't expecting to see that. And then go ahead.
Even with the mistakes from Feyenoord, like, I mean, I understand it. I don't agree with it either, and
I feel like
to it. But yeah, when you saw it, was your first thought like Sharpie said it? You don't let the near post goal go in. I didn't really.
To be honest, I didn't even think about that because again, that happened so long ago. It feels like. So I quite honestly wasn't thinking about the final match. I was just thinking he is without question the best keeper with his feet, probably in world football. And I just did not expect to see Pep make that decision. So at that point, everything else was like, yeah, okay, we will see what's going to happen here. Again, no disrespect to Ortega. It's just a big call. And, that's what Pep gets paid the big bucks for. I don't know that it necessarily, I mean, we lost, so it doesn't matter, but I don't know that it made a difference. Maybe we lose more 3-0. Maybe we lose 1-0. I don't know. Maybe we win. I don't know. But that was a big call that I was surprised by. Everything else, yeah, it is what it is. I guess if you wanted to say Rico, Walker, and Akanji, usually we get maybe two of them. We got all three. So, it is what it is. What about you? What were you guys saying on the show this morning?
Thom, you should go because Tom's reaction was the funniest.
I think my disembodied voice said that this attack does not spark joy, like, because I think initially they had it set up, where Foden was on the wing. Nunes was central. Silva was on the wing. Rico Lewis was in the midfield, and I was like, this sucks. Like, we don't have a true winger amongst the bunch, and like, nothing that you're about to do is going to make Trent Arnold-Alexander like do work on defense. And what we've seen, like, he is not a world-class defender. Like, he is world-class with his touch and his cross in, and his ability to create those, but defending is not one of those things. But there was nothing in our lineup that would strike fear to me, or would make me think that he had fear of defending them.
Nunes had him looking like a baller.
Mans can't dribble because he's not a winger. That's what stuck out to me, man. Like, I love the bench. I love seeing everybody on the bench. It just sucks that they can't like actually start a full 90 or 60, right, or whatever, because when you have players out of position, again, like we have not seen our best 11 since September. Like, it's been 2 full months of somebody being out. Obviously, post Roger, we know he's missing, whatever. I'm saying, like, best 11 of like players, fit and firing. And not having wingers changes everything. Even like Grealish being on the pitch and Feyenoord made a difference. Right? Like, you need people in that position that can hold the ball, that can get past, that have enough in their locker to attack the fullbacks. And when you don't have that, Nunes is doing the best he can, but that's not who he is. He's an 8.
And this is the thing. So sorry I cut you off, but no, it's just like, I understand, because Nunes had a good match. You want to keep him on the pitch. He had a good match in the middle of the park. Why push him out wide? If Grealish is back, go with Grealish. Big game player. Again, not necessarily G&A, but he's been in those big matches. He can, and again, at the very least, he can keep the ball. I don't know, man.
I feel like it's a health thing, though, Tarik. Like, honestly, I thought about that a lot. I'm like, if the players are on the bench and they can't start, that means they're not ready to play 2 matches in a week yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think didn't Grealish play? He started, right? Yeah. So, like, I don't know if he has the legs for that. Obviously, Kevin can't start right now. Clearly, Doku and Savi. Like, we know our first choice players. That's 4 of them, or 3 out of the 4. That should be enough for starting 11. They just aren't fit right now, like fully fit. They're good enough for subbing, but not good enough to start from the beginning. And then you coincide that we didn't even say the other side's lineup. You say that with the Liverpool lineup, they're like the Death Star now. Like, I saw that attack and went, oh my God. I saw that midfield. Crunk, I read the ages to you, right? It was like 22, 24, 25 on one side, 24, 30, 34 on the other side. Those are the 2 midfields. And then you go heights, and it's like, oh man, we're tiny. We're the Mighty Mites.
Yeah.
It looks like Pee-wee football out there compared to like the high school varsity team. We're just so little, and we didn't look little before. Like, you remember those pictures, like everybody out there, and we just giant lineup, and I was like, beep, 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 beep. Like, we're so cute. It's like little Yorkies. I want my big dog. She don't want a puppy. She want a big dog. I need my big dog. I'm tired of being tiny. I'm tired of it.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Rico gives corgi energy to me. Maybe not.
Man,
we should do a dog 11 for like City. Like, everybody gets assigned a different type of species. Because like, I think like Haaland's like a cane corso, because like he doesn't like to move a lot, right? He'll like take off like when
I was gonna say bull mastiff, but this works as well.
But when he has to attack, he'll go at you, but he's not really trying to do too much. Like, that man's the laziest best player, bro. Mans will not leave that spot. It took him a whole half to realize I shouldn't stand beside Virgil van Dijk. That's crazy. Let me slide over here. Oh, I can go up and touch the ball. Who knew my feet work to pass and build up? I don't like. There has to be like Reggie Foden out there. What the fuck Reggie do? And Tarik, that's my new name for Phil Foden, because Reggie's like very terrible or middle grade marijuana. So he's Reggie Foden until that man does something productive. And I ain't seen nothing productive out of 47 this whole season.
Wait.
I like the explanation.
I appreciate the fact that you felt that you needed to explain that to me. I appreciate that. No. And I'm saying this with all sincerity. I really appreciate that.
Because I know you don't. So
he was like, I know my audience.
Yeah, I didn't want to assume.
I got to explain to this man. I get it. It's all good. I appreciate
also
it.
to the listeners too. To the listeners, viewers, Reggie is very mid, and that is what Phil Foden's giving me right now. There's not a loud bone in his body. Everything is real.
Fucking seeds everywhere.
It's terrible.
Ugh.
There's a lot of brown, not a lot of green, a lot of brown.
Lots of brown.
It's just a pressed brick.
Oh my god. It's like a broken grinder with really bad bud. This is terrible. It's horrible. I hate watching Phil Foden play right now. Phil Foden and Erling Haaland do not spark joy anymore. I see 9 and 47. I'll be like, man, we got it. Nope, I need 26 and 11. That's my joy.
What broke them? Is it just the absence of KDB?
I think so. And no wingers. Like they need people to help create, right? Like Haaland,
it's all connected. They need space out on the wings to create. And because some of the shit that they do is so risky, they need someone behind them that's going to clean that up and is also going to be like an intimidating size in the midfield. So without Rodri, there's a lot of shit that we just cannot do. Like, because we have to give cover to our back line in that case. And we're not doing a very good job of that.
I mean, I even brought up today on the live stream. I was like, there's a world where like we should go back to the false nine. Like he has to learn it, he has to run more. But Haaland should play like a false nine because you need that support in the midfield and you need that size there. You have your wingers up top, and now you're driving at the defense versus waiting. Like we have spent so many wasted crosses into the box or so much time where you're trying to play Haaland on between two center backs. And this was not the match to do it. Gomez and Virgil might be the most athletic center back pairing in the Premier League on their day, right? Like you aren't going to run past them. This isn't the same shit. Virgil's back to being a Rolls Royce. Like Gomez has always been really fast, and he can actually pass now. What the fuck? Like, how did he get better? I'm so tired of Arnie Slot already. I hate him. I hate that ball, man. We lost one ball, man. They got a better one on the other side. Oh my god. But no, it's just
they took the correct swamp German.
They did. Swamp German.
Shout out to 50 plus donor and Jake. That is his term for the Netherlands.
Oh, swamp Germany is crazy, but really accurate. Wow. Wow.
Extremely accurate.
Damn, that's really crazy. But yeah, KDB opens everything up. Just his mere presence, right? It's like Klay Thompson, like just a spacer. You can just stand over there and keep the defense occupied. They can't leave you alone. And we do miss that, Terry. We miss that so much. God, I miss that ginger man at full fitness. Y'all remember that match when he ran down Wolves? Like he was just running down the pitch and scored 4 goals. Like I will never forget that day. It was one of the most joyous days of my football life.
It was fantastic.
When do we accept that KDB
he's not. No.
is never coming back?
No. God, no, he's not.
So
he's a second striker now. Okay. He's a second striker. He's very stationary.
Maybe.
Not
we got to see if he can even play.
Can he run?
I mean, he may not be able. I mean, literally, he cannot play more than 15, 20 minutes right now. So at some point, we just have to accept the fact that dude's not coming back. You know, whoever was the Celtics coach, Larry Bird's not walking through those doors. KDB is not the KDB of old. He's not coming back. We got to figure out a way to play without him.
Okay.
He hasn't played a full 90 since September 14th against Brentford.
And if this is the KDB we have, like, what can we expect of that? Like, is this KDB able to help this club win?
Yeah, I think so. I think like he's one of those players where like if he's not at his best, he's not able to do the things, right? And this is where age comes in. When you're 28 and you're not at your best, you got more to give. When you're 33, 34 and you're not at your best, like we've all been there. That recovery it hits different the next day. Like you are not ready to go, and he is not fully fit. And I almost would have rather him not come on so late. Like give me Jack and McAtee versus like just putting Kev on just to put Kev on for 11 minutes and then stoppage time. Like what's the fucking point? Like he just needs to start. He has to start.
Like part of me is like, just start him for 30 minutes. I don't care. Like, sub him off after 30 minutes. I'd much rather have him in the beginning of the match when all our players are in their peak fitness and like their best wind, because now we're bringing KDB on to like release runners that have been running around for the last 60 minutes. You think he's gonna put this gorgeous ball that Haaland's gonna run onto after he's been just doing jack shit for the last 65 minutes? I don't know. It's not the best thing mentally after like telling your players to run, protect, and now we're gonna put KDB on and guys, all right, now switch your whole mindset. What we have been talking about for the last 2 days is protect, and now let's free flow. Let's attack these people. Haaland, make these runs. We're gonna get the ball to you. It's frustrating. It's difficult. Even this Ederson situation. I talked about it at the end of the watch along Sharpie, and I did. Yes, taking Ederson off. Even if City win, now you're in the situation that we are again have brought Ederson versus Ortega. That is now a conversation, but he didn't, and he gave up a penalty. He missed the first goal. Like, I mean, sure, slice and dice passing, amazing passing, but either way, he didn't cover himself in glory that today. So he benched our starting keeper for a backup keeper who then didn't play great. We're almost fucked. So now he's almost ruined the confidence of both our keepers, pissed off Ederson. We know how Ederson is. I don't know. We're in a time where Pep needs to be lifting players up and getting them in the right mental headspace. I'm worried that he has just kind of ruined our keepers. And I know ruined is a heavy word.
I'm more frustrated with subs than the keeper choices. Like the first 2 weeks, like perfect timing, right? Daku, Savinho, 57th minute, great. But like waiting to bring on Jack and Kev, like you do all of it right there. Just, you know what you need. You're only down a goal. If you're gonna go for the goal, give them a full 30. But like bringing them up late, and then obviously we saw the second, when the penalty thing happened, and like, yeah, Louis Diaz definitely like embellished, but he didn't fake it. Like he got hit. Like Ortega clipped him. Like it was a pin. But yeah, like not bringing in subs early. It takes me back to like I think our first season together, or maybe year 2, where it's like, Pep, please make the fucking subs, bro. Like you need it. And honestly, not having a Julian Alvarez has made like such a huge loss, because there's no deputy to Haaland. Like there's no lineup where it's like, oh, we got a guy. Or it's like, even if you want to go false 9, we haven't done it in so long that these players haven't, like only Phil can play it. I think McAtee can, but he's not trusted. So Phil's the only false 9, but you need him in the midfield. It's a house of cards right now, truly. Like we are standing on very, very shitty foundations. And I don't know if we're gonna preview these matches, and like y'all not gonna like what I say. This ain't gonna be good, bro. It's gonna be another not so good, very bad week, man. I have no hope in these men. None. They're cooked. We're cooked, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess parting thoughts before we get to this match against Nottingham Forest. Cool.
Our defense looked old. Like, I think that was one of the things that kind of stood out to me. Like, we lack pace, and like it's not the first time that like we've been exposed to like lacking pace this season, but it really shows in the back line. And I just want to get I understand Pep's want for larger defenders, and I understand that the reason for that. In this point, I just think in the transfer window you get a fullback that's fast.
Pace and power. My parting thought is this: the XG, because it actually should have been a lot worse. Liverpool's XG was 3.57. 18 total shots, 5 big chances. Ours was not, as they say, 0.84. 8 total shots, 1 big chance. It should have been worse. It should have been like 4-0. They just fucked up. Salah messed up. Gakpo messed up. Like it could have been a real thrashing. 2-0 was actually very generous.
And as much as we do talk about Ortega did make some really big saves in this match. So I wouldn't say that he covered himself in glory, but I also would not say that like he played so poorly that he's an instant bench, which is a problem in and of itself.
Okay, Nottingham. Anybody think we're winning? It's home.
I do.
Yeah.
We have to win at some point. I think we, like I said, I genuinely think, well, let me say it this way. If the players that came on at the end of the match are healthy and can play a big part going forward, I genuinely think that we have seen the worst on our way back up. So I see you with the thumbs down, man. We get it. You got the machine acting up, throwing up all the emojis everywhere.
That's all that is.
I saw Gladiator a second time, so I'm really
Oh, did you? Was it good?
It's great.
That's awesome. So I really do think that in some respects, it's just we have to win at some point. It just can't keep going this way. And then on the other side, I really do think that if Doku and Savio are back and healthy, then I think we start to see improvement, maybe even drastic improvement.
Oh man, yeah. I just so much pressure to be putting on these players because you can even see it. Daku, after like 10 minutes, bro had his hands on his knees and he's taking deep breaths. He has a lot of getting in shape to do, and Savio didn't look great. I mean, and that's, you can't really expect. So much has been put on so many of these players this season, and it's been due to these losses, injuries. I don't know, man. And everybody keeps talking about fucking January, and we still have the rest of the month. It's just like, bro, I know. To me, that's just avoidance. That, like, talking about what we're going to be doing in January when it is December 1st, bro. Like, who cares about January? And also, go
ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just like, because we're also what we're expecting in January to happen, which really doesn't happen much in City. So it's just we're relying on not on brand City to do things. I don't know. We just, and even focusing on now, like nobody wants to do that. So like I get why we're talking about January and we're thinking about January and who are these players that we're gonna grab and stuff. But like, bro, what are we gonna do until then? Like, we got Nottingham for us in a couple days. That's not January.
I guess to a certain extent, you feel like we know we can't keep going the way that we have. The only opportunity we get to really truly change it up outside of players coming back from injury, which in the midfield, that doesn't count. There's no one there. Well, I guess Kova, but so you're like hoping to get to January and hoping that the club is going to make changes and drastic changes and bring in players that are good enough to jump into the starting 11. Whether we've seen that or not, that's the hope. Obviously, everybody knows that. But to your point, we do have to get past these next couple matches. And while on paper and just in name, they should be straightforward. We should do what we do, handle business because we're the champions. That is not how this season has played out. So you can't take anything for granted, but I genuinely do think that we are ready to start turning it around.
Like,
I
truly, City,
I have to believe it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and understandably, but City, for the most part, 13 matches played in the Premier League.
We are.
the last 4 have been shit. So I mean, the majority of the season, they've been great, and that was with the players that we don't have at the moment. So like, it all makes sense, and I don't know. Again, that's why this is Groundhog Day, because it's like for the last few weeks, that's all we've been saying is, hey, we just need to see players come back. Hey, hopefully we make some moves. Hey, we need to see more from the players. It's like, and we're seeing more and more from the week. We're getting players back from health a little more and more, and we're seeing it makes sense, but it's just we need, and the change up that we can potentially get again, it's not until January. So it's just we really have another month of this? That's what I'm asking. Like, is that what we have?
I mean, you want the real, you want the fake, bro. Like, the fixture list is crazy. Like,
I know. That's
Nottingham Forest is
Nottingham Forest is in 6th. Remember that, people. Like,
defense in the Premier League. Like,
yes,
Nuno has them playing the best they've ever played, and like they are ready to go and get a point. That's why I did the thumbs down. Like, I see us drawing. I don't know how we don't score goals against good defenses. Like, we haven't done it in a month, like, or 2. Like, I don't trust our offensive creativity unless you were to tell me on whatever day we play them that on Wednesday that we have Daku, Savio, Foden, KDB, and Holland. Like, we need our best 5. Or you move Jack in the midfield, right? We saw Jack play a little bit in the midfield. Maybe you play Jack beside Foden, right? Give you those legs. But like Insanity's doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And it's time for a shakeup. Like, after 2 losses, cool. 4 losses, it's different competitions, will be all right. When you lost 3 in a row, 4 in a row, in first defending champ to lose 4 in a row in the Premier League, you got to switch some shit up, man. Maybe you drop Holland. Because what the fuck is he doing? I don't know. So, like, something has to happen. And I hope it happens, but I don't expect it because Pep's a little stubborn. We saw the 6 up there. He gave you your 6, Crunk. He had to do it in his fingers, though. We can't score 6 goals. We'll be lucky to score 6 goals this month. So I'm gonna go 1-1 draw for the Manchester City 49ers.
He called them the Manchester City 49ers, and it's not wrong. KDB is Christian McCaffrey.
They've missed 37 games to Pro Bowlers this season. The 49ers have. City's missed X amount of games to world-class internationals. Like, it's just it's crazy. Like, I just want health for my team.
Correct. Their defense is really good. I think if we score in the first 15 minutes, we have a chance. But if it's one of those situations where it's 0-0 in the 82nd minute, I see a total smash and grab, and we lose 1-0.
I mean, once you said if we can score in the first 15 minutes, I blacked out. It's just like, that's not happening. That's not happening. I'm supposed to be the positive person. Look what this club has done to me, bro. Like, I don't got it. Like, I'm so far away from the days of predicting 6 goals in a match. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. I tried to give the belief in them. I said 2-1 win today, and I knew it was stupid. I knew I was being stupid, but I did it anyway. And yeah,
me and Thom were right. We said 2-1 loss, and boy, they couldn't even score a goal. God damn.
Right, couldn't even score. I thought about that. I was like, God damn, you're like, y'all is sorry. Like, y'all can't even score 1. Come on, y'all.
Reggie out there doing nothing. That's why, just getting bullied. He looked like a little kid now. This is the smallest Phil Foden's looked since he was like 17. He does not look imposing. He doesn't look strong. And I don't know if he's not fully, like, something's off, and they are not the same, bro. I think it's just attrition. I don't know. Like, can we get top 4? I think we can. Do I believe in it? We'll see.
I'm confident we get top 4.
I love that confidence.
And I am gonna go with we're gonna win by 1. So whether it's a 1-0, which is where I really lean, but maybe it'll end up being 2-1. But we'll win. We'll win by a goal.
Yeah,
in this match against Nottingham Forest, at least.
I can't
That's
do
the
it.
confidence I need.
We're at home too.
Yeah.
They used to mean something.
Man,
Yeah.
we can't
Not
lose.
the same, but
We can't lose. 2-2 draw.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, man. Hey, we got a weekend game against Crystal Palace. I like that. I like our chances there. I think that's the match we win, baby. I like our chances there. Crystal Palace sucks. Okay. Hell yeah, they suck worse than we do, and I think we can beat them. That's my confidence level. Who sucks worse than us? It's like 5 teams in the Premier League right
now. Yeah, Crystal Palace. They're floating around relegation. They technically are tied with 9 points with Wolves and Ipswich Town, who are in relegation. They just have 3 more goals in the goal difference than Wolves, or else they would be in relegation with them. If there is a team that we should win, this is a should win.
That's our get right game. That's the get right. Like, we got to get right. We got to make it happen.
Yeah, this should be the best City we have seen since our last win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll go 2-0 win.
Oh,
I'm not optimistic about this because Palace is drawn, I believe, 3 of their last 4. And I don't think like that doesn't bode well for us, especially like going to Selhurst Park to play that match. I have a 2-2 draw. I'm gonna keep predicting draws until like they show me that they can actually win a match, and I don't currently have faith in that, and so 2-2.
I'll go another 1-0 or 2-1, whichever it is.
6-point week from Tarik. Let's go. This is when the turnaround happens.
I believe.
I hope he's right.
I have faith, player.
I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. But they gotta show it to me. Okay. Get out of here on this. Shaka and applause. You know what? I'm gonna give it to Chelsea. Like, sorry, Sharpie. I mean, I can just say those nice things. I won't delve into it. It's just it's so nice kind of seeing them do their thing. Also, actually, I want to give it up to Julian Alvarez, who has again scored for Atleti. He, I believe, is on 5 goals this season so far, 6 goals this season. He up to $20 million in incentives Man City can get based off of the season that he has. I don't know any of the details, but that is another step that had to be worth another million at least. So keep getting these goals. I'm happy that you seem to be finally figuring yourself out in this club. But get us an extra $20 million. Be a true servant to the club. Appreciate you, homie. And Sharpie, you, because I don't want someone else to possibly steal another one thing from you.
It's fine. I don't know if anybody's going to take this one, but Chelsea was definitely my shot. They played great today against Villa. They embarrassed Villa, who's actually been playing just as poorly as we have. Mm-hmm. Mine goes to I was shocked that Fulham got a draw against Spurs. And I shouldn't have been shocked because we know Spurs is 50-50. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're trash. But they did whoop our ass. But yeah, Fulham getting that point. And it was crazy because they actually, the guy who scored the goal, Kearney, he ended up getting a red card, but they held on at the end for the last 7 minutes plus stoppage time without, down a man. So credit to them for making Spurs be Spurs.
All right. I would like to take you all to Monday evening at Estadio BBVA in Guadalupe, Nuevo León, Mexico, where the second leg of the Liga MX Femenil Apertura final played out between Riadas and Tigres. And that match had everything that you wanted to have in a final match. It had a beautiful goal by Lisbeth Ovalle. Like, there's a reason why they call her La Maga. Um, Another beautiful goal by Ana Diaz. It was like an overhead kick sort of situation. So they were up 2-0 in the first half. They were already up 1-0 on aggregate as they had won at home against Monterrey. Um, and then in the 51st minute, chaos started raining down. Um, Reata scored 2 goals in the 51st and 55th minute. And it became 2-2, and they were just still, as long as Tigres kept it to a 2-2 draw, they won the championship, right? Wrong. Former Tigres legend in the 7th minute of stoppage time, Caddy Martinez slams home the winner, making it 3-2, 3-3 on aggregate. The game goes to penalties, and Riadas wins on penalties 4-3. I have never seen such a high rise of emotion. Like, I truly felt bad for Tigres fans. You saw the crash out on the skyline. It was hard for them. Like, I wanted to give them several hugs. Like, that is a heartbreaking way to lose a championship, especially against your rival. Congratulations to Monterrey, to Reales. They definitely earned that championship in that final second leg of the Apertura final. It was bananas.
I was being quiet because the first leg I skeeted that hey, I'm gonna root for this Monterey team, and I had a few people be like, we don't like that over here, and I was just like, ha ha ha, I'm just trying to make it fun. So then when all that stuff started happening on Monday, I thought about adding to the skyline, but I decided against it. We've been getting ganged up on already with all these city L's. I was like, let's not make it any more hot for our account. So I just kind of watched everybody have the head loss. It was pretty entertaining though. And I have no real tie into it. I was just jumping in to be annoying, so I didn't want to actually upset anybody because there are some people who actually, are about that Liga MX life.
Liga MX Femenil is extra fun. If you want to get into that league on the skyline, whoever, I would recommend the homie Eugene Rapinski. Gringo Galazzo is great, and our football podcast is excellent in covering that. I would highly recommend you all following that. It's a fun league.
Yeah. Jack, you got anything?
Not really, man. When I look at what's that?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Oh, I was saying when I look at the table, they list the last 5 matches. There's a whole lot of red by us.
So much.
And so, if I were to say anything, it would just be to double down on how poor we've been. It's just, I won't say embarrassing, but borderline embarrassing that we've been as poor as we've been. And as much as I like to cook other teams when they suck, they do, but we got to take our lumps right now. And so I guess the biggest shock, I'm in awe, and I definitely can't applaud it, is just the amount of red by us, by our name when we look at the last 5. So, but me, I'm good to give credit to my guy, Vinny Company, because every win, every point, every time he gets a win, it gets him one step closer to coming back to City to take over.
Tournament is a wild vortex of unseriousness at all times, and I don't understand it. Like, how do you let that goal in? Like, it. I don't understand it. Hats off, Vinny getting a point on the road, but there's so much unseriousness around Dortmund at all times. Like, it's difficult to actually get a read on who they are, who Bayern is as a team playing Dortmund, because any wild shit can happen because they are so unserious.
I just want to get out on this joke because Tarik brought up the standings. Y'all remember that song "Win" by J Rock? He's like, "Win, win, 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 win." If you go to City's last 5, it's like win, loss, 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 loss.
Yeah, I looked at it.
Ooh,
I was like, good God, there's a lot of red.
that is
4
rough.
in a row in the league, bro. We are some big time losers right now. Like, look at the teams that have better form than their last 5. Like
Everybody except
Wolverhampton has
for
8 points in their last 5. Ipswich Town has 5 points in their last 5. We have 3. We looking like Leicester. We looking like Everton, who has 3 points to score 3 draws. Like even West Ham has 7 points in their last 5. We are so bad.
I've had a recent form. Just recent form, though. Just recent form, obviously. Oh my gosh. I don't like this. This is some. Okay. We move. We move.
We are. We're on Nottingham.
so we got a match against Juventus coming up middle of the month. Oh, he's been hurt. Okay. I was gonna say I know Douglas Luiz has not been playing a lot for them. There was some mention. It was brought up on the stream today, but I think it was brought up on social media maybe last week or earlier this week, whichever, about maybe Douglas Luiz loan midfielder, actually formerly on City's books, even if he never played for us. What are your thoughts? Would you take him? I mean, Realities would probably take anybody right now, but just give us bodies, healthy bodies.
Legs under 30. That's the cutoff. And actually, you probably want to go legs under 25. Like, I think anybody we buy should be like an investment for the future. I don't want to don't be United and go get somebody old, right? Don't go get Casemiro. It's got to be somebody with potential.
Ashton Schweinsteiger.
Bro, we are not the Chicago Fire. I refuse.
Yeah, I trust that Cheeky won't do that in his last window, because this is his last window, right? So,
do we want just Cheeky to be like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and we probably can't, but I'm gonna go ahead and bow out, let Viana take over, just do his thing, because let me get out the way, because it's not been.
They made
great.
the agreement that Viana
he
has to wait to end of the year, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Probably can't do it, but it's just not been great recently. And again, I've never been one to be like Cheeky out and all that stuff. You know, I think he gets a little bit too much criticism. But it's not been great these last couple windows. Yeah, he probably knows that himself.
But has it not? Like, I hear that, and I'm like, wait, but we keep winning. I'm confused. Like, how's it not been great?
We never got a midfielder to. Well, I guess we did. If you say we got a body in Gundo. So okay, fair enough. But I just feel like we knew. Rodri has been crying, screaming, yelling for help. I cannot keep playing. I need help. It's too many minutes, whatever. And we never were serious about getting a replacement. Not even a replacement, but a true, valid understudy for him.
Wait, so are you saying that Pep did to Rodri what Jill Ellis did to Julie Ertz?
Why are you doing this?
Broke her and ran her to the ground.
Why are you doing this?
The hope is that Rodri can come back, but Julie Ertz was a beast at one point, and I don't think she ever came back.
Is it going to be a situation like KDB where Rodri's going to come back, but he's not going to come back the same player? Like, that's scary.
No,
there's no guarantees. There's never been any guarantees. I don't think. I mean, because as far as I know, he's been generally healthy. So this is his first injury, but there's no guarantees, especially with knees and ACLs and all this. There's never been a guarantee. But I like to believe that he'll be able to come back and do what he does. He's never been like super quick. He's mobile enough, but he's never been. He's big, he's strong, he's whatever. So I think he can still have that for us. But there's no guarantees, and so we have to be preparing for that day.
because my biggest fear is that he's not going to come back the same player, and we're going to have to play him like Spain plays him as a center back because he's not going to have that range that he would in the midfield, and then you still have never felt like solved the problem in the midfield. So what do you then do?
See, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna just counter and say, the ACL recovery rate is different than something like an Achilles, something like that. The Achilles injuries are still like super hard to come back from. ACLs, people, it's a pretty successful turn, and I think because pace is never Rodri's thing. Like he's not gonna lose his height, he's not gonna lose his range.
Right.
If anything, the forced break might prolong him, like having to sit out a season. Now you don't want to be hurt at all, but I could definitely see a world where like he comes back almost refreshed in a real way, and with him even hungrier, right? He already said he wants to play in the Club World Cup. Like he's putting it out there. Like I want to be back with my club. So I don't think if he was a faster player, like I'll be more worried if that was his, like if it's Haaland. If Haaland gets ACL, I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know. But
I was gonna say like Leroy Sané, right?
Yeah.
He very much about his pace. And it took we could have an argument about whether he ever got back, but it took at least the first, I want to say 18 months before he started to kind of look like himself again. So again, maybe because it's not as much based on speed and whatever, maybe it doesn't take as long to get back to some semblance of his best. But I don't expect when he first laces up those boots again, he will not be the Rodri that he was at the end of the season. It's going to take a minute for him to get back up to speed. It's kind of hard when you've been the Ballon d'Or winner. It's hard to get back up to that level, at least right away.
We shall see.
Okay. Well, we have a fun week of shows for you. Shout out, gonna have the homie Dylan Meehan on. So that'll be the next episode of Chopping It Up. I would chat with him on Monday. So that episode will be out Wednesday, Thursday, for the Thursday night lit stream. On the 5th, we got the City fan, Luca, the homie. We got Yogi coming on. And our last guest, Natty Blaze, stand up, their first time on.
Fuck yes.
Yes, I'm super excited. Yeah. And then for City versus Crystal Palace, haven't done a Breaking Bread for a while just because weird teams that we've been facing and things like that. But gonna link up with the Eagle Eye Ball podcast, Rich Amposa. He's gonna come on, and then on Saturday for the next episode of Chopping It Up, we will have our good friend Eric Wall on. And then a few more people that we'll be having on coming soon. Some announcements, fun things up the pipeline for you, Shady Gang. Oh, let's get out of here. Tom Bomb, Sharpie Charlie, Tarik. Let's start with you, Tarik. Let people know where they can find you and follow you.
You can find me on Blue Sky. It's at Tarik Peterson .bsky.social. Y'all know the ending. It's just at Tarik Peterson plus all the rest of that stuff. TARIKPETERSON. Tarik Peterson on Blue Sky.
You can find me on Blue Sky under the name Negro League Soccer Press Corps. Shout out to Yogi for creating that name. I really appreciate it. That's Tom Bomb 816. All the other stuff behind it.
Oh, little old me. Find me at Sharpie Charlie on Blue Sky.
Hey. And at Shades of Blue NW, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, at shadesofbluenw.com, on Blue Sky. Find us, follow us, subscribe, like, rate, review, tag us on social media, all of those good things. You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.